In 1946, astronomer Lyman Spitzer suggested a space telescope. Space telescopes do not have to deal with the problems caused by Earth's atmosphere. At the time, there were no satellites in orbit around the Earth, let alone telescopes, but the idea was too alluring to ignore forever. Early space observatories capable of seeing in ultraviolet light were launched into orbit about a decade later. These were valuable learning experiences, but not quite the universal tool that astronomers dreamt of. The U.S. National Academy of Sciences gave its approval for a large space telescope in 1969, but funding limitations meant that such a telescope could not be built until 1977. NASA space centers around the country were involved in the development of the space telescope's design, construction, and support. The Space Telescope Science Institute began operations in 1983 in Baltimore, Maryland. It would manage the data and scheduling of the telescope's precious time. The only spaceship capable of gently ferrying the telescope to orbit was the Space Shuttle. The telescope was initially supposed to launch in 1983, but delays pushed the launch of the Hubble Space Telescope back to 1990. When Hubble finally opened its eye to the universe, it was nothing short of a disaster. The initial images released by the telescope came back blurry, so blurry as to be nearly useless from a scientific standpoint. The telescope's primary mirror was ground nearly perfectly, but it was made to the wrong specifications. The shape of a telescope's mirror is very important, and Hubble's mirror was slightly too flat at its outermost edges. Less than half of the proposed scientific missions were carried out while scientists and engineers worked on a fix, a set of telescope-sized hard contact lenses. The telescope was repaired in 1993 and further serviced multiple times over the next 2 decades. These servicing missions could only be performed by trained Space Shuttle mission specialists, since the Space Shuttle was the only manned spacecraft capable of reaching Hubble's place in space. The final mission to service Hubble was carried out in 2009 by the crew of STS-125 as one of the last 10 missions before the Space Shuttle's retirement. Hubble images are unique because Hubble sees the universe primarily in the same visual spectrum our own eyes detect. It sees the skies the same way we do, only much, much clearer. The Hubble Space Telescope has captured images of unparalleled scientific utility and cosmic beauty. It has peered deep into the heart of active nebulae to view newborn stars in their stellar cradles. It has witnessed the churning hearts of merging galaxies. It has spied on the planets of our own solar system and observed the last gasps of dying stars. The Hubble Space Telescope celebrated its 30th birthday in 2020. There cannot be any more servicing missions to extend its lifespan without the Space Shuttle, but engineers are clever. With enough skill and a little luck, the Hubble Space Telescope will share its view of the cosmos for many more years to come.